Hey everyone, John here. Welcome back to the channel where we celebrate the good in the world. And today, we're tackling a topic that's close to everyone's heart: relationships. But don't worry, we're not diving into the mushy stuff today. Today, we're diving into the 7 surprising reasons why relationships might not work out. Now before you hit that back button, let me assure you, even though we're talking about breakups, we're keeping it light and upbeat today. Think of it as a friendly heads up, a little preventative relationship maintenance if you will. Because sometimes understanding why things go wrong can help us build even stronger connections in the future. So grab your beverage of choice, get comfy, and let's get started. Alright folks, let's kick things off with the cornerstone of any strong relationship: communication. You know the drill, it's all about sharing your thoughts and feelings openly and honestly, and truly listening to your partner. But here's the thing, sometimes even with the best intentions, communication can go off the rails. Think about it, you've had a long day, you're stressed, and you bottle up those frustrations instead of talking to your partner. Or maybe you're not great at expressing your needs and then you get frustrated when your partner doesn't seem to understand. These little communication hiccups over time can build up into major misunderstandings and resentment. And trust me, I get it, talking about your feelings isn't always easy. Sometimes it feels easier to just stuff those emotions down and hope they magically disappear. But here's the thing, they don't. They fester and grow until one day, boom, you're having a fight about something completely unrelated, and you're both left wondering how you even got there. So, how do we avoid this communication breakdown? Well, it starts with creating a safe space for open and honest dialogue. That means being respectful of each other's feelings, even when you disagree. It means learning how to communicate your needs effectively and really listening to understand your partner's perspective. Remember, communication is a two-way street. It's not just about talking, it's about listening, understanding, and being present with your partner. And who knows, maybe that little bit of effort can be the key to keeping those lines of communication open and building a stronger, more connected relationship. Okay, picture this. You're all set to embark on an epic road trip. You've got your map, your snacks, your playlist ready to go. But there's one small problem. You and your co-pilot have completely different ideas about where you're even going. One of you is dreaming of sandy beaches and tropical cocktails, while the other is all about mountain hikes and exploring hidden trails. Now you might be thinking, John, this is a relationship video, not a travel blog. But hear me out, because this little road trip analogy perfectly illustrates the importance of shared life goals in a relationship. Just like that road trip, relationships need a sense of direction, a shared vision for the future. Are you both on the same page about wanting kids? What about your career aspirations? Do they complement each other, or are they pulling you in opposite directions? And let's not forget about those big life dreams, whether it's starting a business, traveling the world, or simply living in a cozy cottage by the sea. Now this doesn't mean you have to have every single detail of your lives planned out in perfect harmony. Life throws curveballs, things change, and that's okay, but having those open and honest conversations about your hopes, dreams, and aspirations is crucial. Because when you're both moving in the same direction, even those unexpected detours can become shared adventures. So grab your metaphorical map, folks, and start those conversations. You might be surprised by the incredible journey you can create together when you're both heading towards a shared horizon. Alright, let's talk about trust, the absolute bedrock of any healthy and thriving relationship. Think of trust like the foundation of a house. If it's strong and sturdy, the house can weather any storm. But if it's cracked and unstable, well, even the slightest breeze can send those walls crumbling down. Trust is built on honesty, transparency, and consistency. It's about knowing that your partner will be there for you, that they'll have your back, and that they'll always be honest with you, even when it's hard. But here's the catch, trust, once broken, can be incredibly difficult to rebuild. Whether it's a major breach of trust like infidelity or a series of smaller betrayals, those cracks can leave lasting scars, and without trust, relationships become breeding grounds for insecurity, doubt, and suspicion. So, how do we cultivate this essential ingredient of trust? It starts with being trustworthy ourselves. That means being reliable, keeping our promises, and being transparent in our actions and intentions. It also means being vulnerable, allowing ourselves to open up to our partners and share our true selves, even the messy bits. And just as important as building trust is nurturing it. It's about choosing to see the good in our partners, giving them the benefit of the doubt, and communicating openly and honestly, even when it's tough. Remember, trust is not a given. It's a choice we make every single day to believe in the strength and integrity of our connection. Okay, let's be real. Conflicts are a natural part of any relationship. Think about it. You're two unique individuals with different perspectives, experiences, and opinions. So naturally, there are going to be times when those differences lead to disagreements. But here's the key. It's not about avoiding conflict altogether. It's about how you handle it. Think of it like this. Conflict is like a dance. If you're both stepping on each other's toes, it's going to be a pretty messy and painful experience. But if you can find a rhythm, a way to move together with respect and understanding, well, that dance can actually strengthen your bond. The problem arises when conflicts become constant and unresolved. When every little disagreement escalates into a major blow-up, resentment starts to build, communication breaks down, and suddenly you're stuck in a vicious cycle of negativity. So, how do we navigate conflict constructively? Well, it starts with recognizing that it's okay to disagree. It's about approaching those disagreements with respect and empathy, remembering that you're on the same team. It's about listening to understand your partner's point of view, even if you don't agree with it. And sometimes, it's about finding those healthy compromises, those win-win solutions, where both partners feel heard and respected. Remember, conflict doesn't have to be a relationship killer. In fact, when handled with care and understanding, it can be an opportunity for growth, deeper connection, and a more resilient bond. Alright, let's talk about compatibility, that magical ingredient that can make or break a relationship. Now, I'm not just talking about liking the same movies or rooting for the same sports team, though those things can be fun bonuses. I'm talking about those fundamental values, beliefs, and life goals that shape who you are and what you want out of life. Think of it like putting together a puzzle. You can force two pieces together that don't quite fit, but it's always going to be a bit off, right? But when you find those pieces that naturally click into place, well, that's when the magic happens. Compatibility is about feeling understood, accepted, and supported for who you truly are. It's about sharing similar values when it comes to family, commitment, personal growth, and those big life decisions. It's about feeling like you can be your authentic self without judgment or the need to pretend. Now, this doesn't mean you have to be exactly the same in every single way. In fact, a little bit of difference can be exciting. It's about finding that balance, that sweet spot where your differences complement each other and your similarities strengthen your bond. So how do you know if you're truly compatible with someone? Well, it takes time, honesty, and a willingness to be vulnerable. It's about having those deep conversations about your values, your dreams, your fears, and your aspirations. It's about paying attention to how you feel when you're together. Do you feel energized, supported, and understood? Or do you find yourselves constantly compromising or suppressing parts of yourselves to make the relationship work? Remember, finding that compatible connection is like finding a rare gem. It's precious, it's valuable, and it's worth cherishing. Alright, let's talk about those external pressures, those outside forces that can sometimes put a strain on even the strongest relationships. Think about it, we don't exist in a vacuum, right? We've got family, friends, work, societal expectations, and let's not forget about those ever-present social media comparisons, all swirling around us. Now, these external factors aren't inherently bad. In fact, a supportive network of loved ones can be a wonderful source of strength for a relationship. But the problem arises when those outside pressures start to dictate the terms of your relationship or create unnecessary stress and tension. Maybe it's family members who don't approve of your partner, friends who are constantly offering unsolicited advice, or societal expectations that just don't align with your personal values. Whatever the source, these external pressures can create a real sense of imbalance and disharmony in your relationship if you let them. So how do you navigate these choppy waters? Well, it starts with presenting a united front. It's about making it clear to those outside your relationship that you're a team and you'll face challenges together. It's about setting healthy boundaries, learning to say no to unwanted advice or interference, and prioritizing the needs of your relationship above all else. Remember, your relationship is your own unique journey, and you get to decide who gets a front row seat and who's relegated to the audience. By setting clear boundaries, communicating openly, and supporting each other through the storms, you can weather any external pressure that comes your way. Alright, let's talk about personal growth, that ongoing journey of self-discovery, learning, and evolution that we all experience throughout our lives. Now here's the thing, personal growth is not only essential for our own well-being, but it's also crucial for the health and longevity of our relationships. Think of it like this. Imagine a relationship where both partners stop growing, stop learning, and stop evolving. It becomes stagnant, predictable, and eventually, it loses its spark. But when both partners are committed to their own personal growth, the relationship becomes a dynamic and exciting journey of shared discovery and mutual support. Now this doesn't mean you have to have the same hobbies, read the same books, or follow the same career path. In fact, embracing your individual passions and pursuits can actually enrich your relationship by bringing new perspectives and experiences to the table. The key is to create space for each other's growth, to encourage each other's dreams, and to celebrate each other's accomplishments. It's about recognizing that change is inevitable, and embracing the opportunity to learn and evolve both individually and as a couple. Remember, relationships thrive when both partners feel supported in their pursuit of personal fulfillment. So, nurture your own growth, encourage your partner's journey, and watch as your relationship blossoms into something truly extraordinary. Well folks, that's a wrap on our deep dive into the 7 surprising reasons why relationships might not work out. Remember, understanding these reasons is the first step to building stronger, healthier relationships. Relationships are a journey, not a destination, and like any good adventure, they require effort, understanding, and a whole lot of heart. So keep those lines of communication open, celebrate your differences, and never stop growing together. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need to hear this. Catch you all in the next video. Stay positive and love deeply.